Hi guys, welcome to Lila's Best Eats, where I'm always doing it right. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for your subscription. If you haven't yet subscribed, but you enjoy the content that I'm pushing out, then what are you waiting for? Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload any of my delicious cooking content. Now, let's get into today's video. Let's get to doing what I do best. Let's get to doing it right. All right, guys, y'all already know what time it is, so let's get into this kitchen and let's get to doing it right. For my vegan frozen chocolate dip bananas, you're going to need bamboo skewers, fresh ripe bananas, dairy-free vanilla bean ice cream, vegan chocolate sauce. Go check out my vegan waffle video to see how I made that. Walnuts, and of course, lastly, some cocktail peanuts, preferably salted. In the first step of preparing these bananas, you will need to use a small knife to slice the banana peel in order to remove the flesh of the banana. And I find that when I apply this method, I usually don't get those strings like I would if I had just peeled the banana the normal way. So go ahead and continue to get those bananas removed from the peel, and then we'll move on to the next step. For this next step, with your small knife, slice each banana in half, and don't worry about them being symmetrically the same in size. It doesn't make a difference. All right, guys, now that we've gotten the bananas sliced in half, we can now begin to skew them with our bamboo skewers. And since we're working with ripe bananas, we really don't want to apply too much pressure or force when skewing the bananas because we don't want to break the banana in half. So what we're going to do is we're going to just carefully insert the bamboo skewer through the center of each one of the banana halves, and we're inserting it just far enough to support the weight of the banana, so as we eat the banana doesn't break off the stick. Then once we've gotten all of the bananas skewed, we're going to squeeze lemon juice over each one of the banana halves. And the reason we want to do this is because we want to prevent the bananas from oxidizing while they sit out or after we put them into the freezer. You know how when you cut an avocado in half, it begins to turn brown after a few minutes of sitting out? Well, that's because once the avocado has been cut, it exposes an enzyme in the avocado that turns the part of the avocado that was exposed to the air brown. So be sure to get a good amount of lemon juice onto these bananas before freezing them. Go ahead and place the bananas into the freezer and allow them to freeze for a minimum to a maximum of about 4 to 6 hours, or until the bananas have become extremely solid. While the bananas are freezing, let's go ahead and get ready to smash our peanuts. Pour a good amount of nuts into a Ziploc bag. Pour just enough so after you smash them, you have enough to coat the bananas. Remove all the air from the bag before you begin the smashing process. Make one even layer of peanuts, zip the bag, then select a kitchen tool that you can use to smash the nuts. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for today, so I chose to use my knife sharpening tool. Smash the nuts just enough until they resemble chopped peanuts. Then pour the nuts into a small bowl. Once we've gotten the nuts into the small bowl, this is what the nuts should look like. Set the nuts aside, get your walnuts, and apply the same exact steps as you did with the peanuts. The walnuts are going to be just a little bit easier to smash though, because they are much larger than the peanuts and also because they're softer than the peanuts. So get them also into one flat even layer and commence to smashing them until they also resemble chopped walnuts. Okay, here comes the fun part, guys. It's time to dip the frozen banana into our dairy-free vanilla bean ice cream. But before we do, pour the ice cream into a very tall glass to make for easy, evenly dipping. I actually set my ice cream in the refrigerator overnight to allow it to naturally melt, and I did that so it would have a thick consistency to it. That way, when I dip the frozen banana to coat it, the ice cream should adhere to the banana much better without dripping off. So I'm just going to dip the banana and twirl it around a few times in the ice cream to ensure I have an even coat. And once I'm done, this is how the banana should look. Continue dipping the remaining bananas, applying the same step process until you have all the bananas coated. Try and be quick about it too, so that ice cream doesn't melt off the bananas. It's okay if the ice cream melts just a bit because we still need to dip and freeze the bananas 2 more times. Once we have dipped the bananas 3 times and have allowed them to freeze, this is how they should look. They should have a thick coating of ice cream. The bottom of the bananas may not be completely coated, and that's okay. That's because we allowed the bananas to rest on the parchment paper. Okay, now I'm going to pour the cold chocolate sauce that I have from my vegan waffle video into a tall glass, just like I did with the ice cream, so I can easily and evenly dip my frozen coated banana into the vegan chocolate sauce to make sure I get a good even coating. The chocolate sauce won't have a thick consistency to it like the ice cream did though. You will have some residual runoff. So just allow the chocolate sauce to run off, but not completely. Then place the banana onto the parchment paper. Continue dipping the remaining ice cream coated bananas into the vegan chocolate sauce until you have all the remaining bananas dipped and coated. Then we'll place them into the freezer and allow them to freeze for a few more hours before beginning our second dipping process. Now guys, the dipping process can be very time consuming and tedious, but if you just stick with it and apply these steps that I'm explaining to you in this video, I promise you're going to love this cold, frozen, delicious treat, especially on those hot summer days. So let's continue this dipping process and let's get this last banana dipped into this vegan chocolate sauce so we can prepare to move on to our third and final step. This is the third and final dipping step for the bananas. And in this third and final step, we're just going to give each banana a final dip and allow any residual chocolate to drain off before we sprinkle them with our peanuts and walnuts. We want to be sure that the bananas are completely wet. That way, when we sprinkle the nuts on top, the nuts stick to the banana. Okay guys, now in this final step, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle our peanuts onto these bananas. And because I like options when eating, I'm only going to sprinkle the peanuts onto the first 2 wet bananas. And then I'm going to alternate over to my walnuts and I'm going to sprinkle those onto the remaining 2 wet bananas. Because like I said, I don't like to eat the same thing over and over again. It becomes quite boring. So I like to have options. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share my content, and let people know that Lila's Best Eats is always doing it right. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you again next time.